Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurunmiritam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Stadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadabhaktaya Namo Namaha Narayanam Gurum Vande Sharanyam Bhakta Bandhavam Gauramanovistam Purnam Radhadasyam Pradayakam Rupanugacharya Paryambu Rupamanjari Preshtakam Patita Pavana Karunyam Yugacharya Narayanam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tuise Namaha Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Ismirahasra Murali Manohara Radhikara Sikamam Kripanide Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vrindai Tulasi Devyai Priyai Keshavascha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramu 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 Hare Hare. So first of all I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaraditama Shri Guru Pada Padma Nitrila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Paribrajacharya Ashtotara Sata Srimad Shila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Shila Gurudeva, and to my most worshipable Shiksha Sannyasa Guru Nitrila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Ashtotara Sata Srimad Shila Bhakti Vijnana Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga, to all Tridandi Sannyasis, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my most respectful obeisances. So by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all Mahabhagavatas Acharyas, we are able to assemble here one more time. So today we're beginning with the verse 15 of Shri Rasa Pancadhyayi. Ramam kurdam bhayam sneham aikyam sauridam evacha Nityam haro vidadato jantitam mayatam hite. Therefore, one who constantly thinks of Sri Hari in a mood of lust, anger, fear, affection, oneness, or friendship will become completely absorbed in him. So, and due to this absorption, he will eventually attain Sri Hari. So now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Toshani. When Krishna performs his manifest pastimes, everyone, devotees and non-devotees, they can get his direct darshan. And by that, they will get some type of fruits or results. But when Krishna Lila is not manifest, we can even still attain Krishna by becoming absorbed in him. So if you think of him constantly, that type of absorption will manifest. So the verse begins with the word kamam. Kamam is of two types. One is full of selfless love, prema, maya, kama, as seen in the gopis and other such high class of devotees. And the other type of kama is called sambhoga icha maya kama, means desire for self-satisfaction. And the example is Kubja of Mathura. Also, we can become absorbed in Krishna through anger and envy, as Shishupal did, as well as Kamsa. Kamsa was fearing Krishna. Also, the family affection that the Jadavas, the Pandavas, and the Brajavasis manifested, and oneness in the case of the self-satisfied sages who meditate in Krishna, and friendship as like Krata and Kaushika. So among all these feelings, fear and envy are very much unfavorable. So therefore, it is not accepted as bhakti. Those who fear Krishna, they actually hate him internally. And those who envy him display this hatred externally. But Krishna is so merciful that he even bestows auspiciousness upon such type of people. And eventually, they should change this mood towards Krishna and start feeling affection for him. So therefore, Narada Muni, he advised that everyone should engage their mind in Krishna. So we should understand what is the appropriate way to absorb our mind in Krishna. So therefore, Narada Muni says in the Srimad Bhagavatam that a person who meditates on Krishna with inimical mood will also attain more absorption than those who are in a mood of devotion. So Narada Muni says, this is my opinion. It is a very important point. I will repeat just to make clear that Narada says that those who meditate on Krishna with inimical or antagonistic mood, they will attain more intense absorption in Krishna than of those who are in a mood of devotion. Still, all the scholars, they agree that we should accept a favorable mood towards Krishna, not unfavorable. Also, the mood of unity or merging Krishna is also not acceptable, because in that Krishna is not manifesting all his personal features. He is in his impersonal aspect. But anyway, Krishna will bestow his mercy upon those who are thinking about him. But actually, Krishna says in the Srimad Bhagavatam 11, 14, 21, that I am very dear to my devotees. I am their heart and soul. I am known only through bhakti performed with faith. That Krishna is teaching Uddhav in this shloka. So anyway, no matter how you are thinking about Krishna, you are going to be successful. But still, Krishna prefers those who are thinking of him in a loving way. So in Padma Purana, it is said that the yogis, they can see Janardana, they can see God by the power of their bhakti. But one cannot have his darshan through anger and envy if he has no bhakti. So through envy and hatred, it is not possible to attain Krishna, to have his darshan. In the Bhagavad Gita 7.25, Krishna says, Naham prakasha sarvasya jogamaya samavrita. Not everyone can see me because I am covered by Jogamaya. So in this way, Krishna, he makes clear that if someone is envious to him, he will not have his darshan. He can only see Krishna's covered form. Only later, by the influence of Krishna's mercy, that the vision of Krishna's real form can manifest in the heart. So therefore here, the anger and the fear are acceptable in sadhana. So what to speak of those who are Krishna's beloveds? So in this way, the gopis' kama is superior due to being very intimate with Krishna. So the conclusion is that everyone should follow the amorous mood and desires of the Braja gopis for Krishna. So this is the end of the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami. So now the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sarartha Darshini. Srila Shukadeva Goswami, he has some particular intention when he speaks this verse beginning with the word kamam. So the gopis, they attain Krishna through this amorous love, Kamsa through fear, Shishupal through envy, the Jadavas through the family relationship, and the Pandavas through friendship and affection, Nanda Maharaj through parental love, and Narada Muni through bhakti. And the sages, they achieved by cultivating the mood of oneness with Krishna. And many, many other people, they were able also to attain this absorption in Krishna. Just as a lusty man always meditates on women, the gopis have a similar attachment for Shri Krishna through their amorous desire. Through the absorption coming from anger and fear, you can attain oneness, sayuja, with Bhagavan. So this is the end of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. So now beginning with the verse 16. Na chaivam vishmaya karjo bhagavatta bhagavati aje yogeshwareshware krishne jatayatad vimuchate. O King, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, the Lord of all the masters of mystic powers, is not subject to birth and death. By having a relationship with him, all the moving and non-moving living entities of the world can attain liberation from the three modes of material nature. So in this way, it is not proper for you to be even slightly astonished by the Supreme Lord's activities. So now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Tushani. Now in this verse, beginning with Na Chaivam, Shukadeva Goswami, he says, O Parikshit, let others be surprised. Let others be surprised. It is not fit for you to be astonished. Because you personally have experienced the glories of Krishna from the very beginning, while you were in the womb of your mother. So Shukadeva Goswami, he was proud of Parikshit Maharaj as his disciple. Therefore, he uses the word Bhavata, which is a very respectful word. This matter is not so astonishing because Krishna possesses unlimited opulences. If he is God, then why he accepts birth from the womb of Devaki? So the answer is Aja, unborn. He did not take birth like any ordinary living entity. Rather, he came of his free will to taste the Vatsalya Prema of his devotees. As Bhagavan, he is the master of all mystic powers. And in his form as Krishna, he is full and complete in all rasas. So this is the end of the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami. Now the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sarartha Darshini. Shukadeva Goswami says, O Parikshit, others may be surprised, but you should not be. There is no need for you to have any doubt, because you have seen the greatness of Krishna while you were in the womb of your mother. Even if he goes to the cow grazing, he is still Bhagavan. And even though he is a son of Devaki, he is still unborn. Although he is a devotee enjoying with the Braja Gopis, he is still the master of all mystic powers. And he is the source of all incarnations. So please have no doubt about him. In this way, this is the end of the purport of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. So now we begin with the verse 17. Tadrishtvam tikam ayata bhagavam brajayoshita avadad vadatam shrishto vachapesair vimohayam. Now listen to what happened on the other hand. Seeing those Brajagopis in front of him, Bhagavan Shri Krishna, who is the best of all the speakers, bewildered them with his charming words. So now, from this point, Gopis are there with Krishna. They have been called by the flute, now they have ran out of their houses, and now they are there in front of Krishna. So now the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pada Vaishnava Toshani. He says, O Parikshit, it is not proper to present any type of obstacle in the discussion of this nectarian Rasa Lila. But your question has diverted the subject discussed for the sake of those in the audience who have not yet fixed their minds. So upon your request, I have presented the final understanding. So therefore, he begins with the word Tadrishta, which refers to those gopis. So Krishna saw the gopis coming to him in an extremely disturbed condition because they have been attracted by the sound of the flute. The village girls, they should stay at home, not in the forest. So the gopis, they came to Krishna, but they remained a little bit distant due to their shyness. By seeing this, Krishna, he began to speak in a playful way to them. There are two categories of playful speech. First one is called Shabdika Vagavilasa, which means words. And then next one is Artika Vagavilasa, means the meaning of the words. The first category of words, they will be manifested in a very charming flow with a beautiful pronunciation. And it will be followed by a very smiling face and very playful and inviting glances and gesturing with the eyebrows. So all this together makes the beauty to increase. It means that the words have to be followed by the expressions of the face. So then the meaning will come, including the special moods. So these words, they will communicate the expressions of rasa. and the very deep emotions, bhava, and the ornamented meanings of the words, alankara, and the most beautiful object, which is prema. This is all present in Artika Vaga Vilas. And they divide into 4 different ways. The speech which indicates indifference, the pleading words, and the double meanings and the straightforward meanings. So Krishna employed all these, techniques when he spoke with the gopis, came there in front of them. Sometimes he ignored them through some bodily expressions. Sometimes he begged from them for romance. And sometimes he did jokingly both at the same time. So in this way, Shri Krishna, he bewildered the gopis with his art of speech. And thus he captured their hearts and their discretion. So first he spoke very prayerful words in a straightforward meaning. And later he used the other 2 types of speech. And this Shabdika Vagavilasa manifests in different ways depending on one's nature and emotions. So when Krishna displayed indifference towards the gopis, he's actually making their enthusiasm for him to increase. So the heart of the Braja gopis was filled with joy when they heard the words of Krishna expressing his real intention. So afterwards, he manifested some type of rejection towards them, and at the same time, he was asking them for romance. So Krishna, he played like this, with very clever words, just to increase the gopis' eagerness. When someone hides his inner feelings and speaks something else, this is called avatita, or concealment of emotions. So Krishna used the technique avatita to increase the gopis' eagerness. And after that, having increased their eagerness, Krishna sent them into lamentation. So this type of technique was used by Krishna to actually tease the gopis. So it indicates that Krishna is the best of all the speakers, because he's Bhagavan, he's the greatest of all expert talkers. And his knowledge is actually naturally beyond all others. So even though the gopis have attained the highest symptoms of prema, even though they have come before Krishna, still Krishna made them very much confused. Then why Krishna did that? Because Krishna is the best of all jokers. For his own amusement, he spoke like this to joke with the gopis. So this is the end of the commentary of Srila Jiva Goswami Pad. Now we begin with the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Sarartha Darshini. So now, Shukadeva Goswami, he is back to the main subject matter that he was discussing. Because there was a slight, deviation from the main discussion by the question of Parikshit Maharaj. So now, the gopis, they have been attracted by the sound of the flute. They were put in a very difficult condition. So as soon as they came before Krishna, he bewildered them by his words. He's the best of all speakers, according to time, place, and audience. So the gopis, they were already somehow bewitched, like spellbound by the sound of the flute. But Krishna is now even using very sarcastic speech on top of that. So Krishna did that to fulfill 3 desires. So Krishna says, first of all, I am the object of the Braja gopis' love. And their love will not decrease even if I show them indifference. By doing that, I will show to the whole world their pure and ideal love for me. So I will display a very contrary mood in front of them. And hiding my inner feelings, I will make the leftist mood of the gopis become actually very submissive to me. Then thirdly, I will act in a contrary way in our meeting, and I will make them naturally hide their inner moods. I will force them to assume a mood opposite to their nature, and then I will listen what they say. The scholars of Rasa, they explain that even though when the gopis, they cover their bodies with cloth, still they can show so much astonishing expressions. So when the women, they manifest the leftist mood, leftist means the contrary mood, they will hide their inner feelings. And that will generate even more excitement in Krishna. But sometimes the hero, he also wants to see the real beauty of his beloveds. And he will also desire to hear their inner sentiments. So in the same way, Krishna, he first saw the gopis naked at the time of stealing their clothes after the Katyayani Vrata. And now Krishna wants to hear what is their thoughts by removing the leftist behavior. So therefore, Krishna's Priya Narmasakas were not with him at this time. So this is the end of the commentary of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. It's interesting that he puts at the end this isolated sentence out of nothing, we could say, that the Priya Narmasakas were not there. This is very, very important to understand. Especially when some people will try to say that Priya Narmasakas can also assist in Rasa Lila and they also have Mahabhav. So here is clearly stated that they are not there. The discussion goes on the subject of, for example, Srila Swami Prabhupada's Swarupa. So I'm not going to discuss that deeply, but those who are aware of the subject, they will understand what I'm saying. So we're going to stop here. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo.